At the School of Seven Flames, there was a tower that almost no one spoke about. They called it the Quiet Tower because it was always dark and soundless there, as if even the wind went around it. That morning, Ms. Solveyg led Luna, Tim, and Flin right up to its tall doors. "Why is it so quiet?" Luna asked in a whisper. "Because one of the seven flames went out long ago," Ms. Solveyg answered. "And ever since, the tower has been waiting." Flin gave a nervous little laugh. "Waiting for what? For someone who won't be afraid to go inside?" Ms. Solveyg laid her hand on the cold doors. "This tower is special," she said. "It isn't dangerous, but it shows your fear as clearly as a mirror shows a face. The more you're afraid in silence, the darker it grows inside." "Then how do you light the flame?" asked Tim, always practical. "With courage," Ms. Solveyg smiled. "Only remember this. Courage isn't being unafraid. It's when you're afraid, and you still take one small step forward." Luna looked at the doors and felt her heart begin to beat faster. Luna stepped closer. The doors were heavy, covered with thin patterns that looked like frozen rays of light. When she touched them, something inside seemed to sigh softly. "Maybe we could come another time," she whispered. "What if I can't do it?" Tiny doubts appeared in her head, quiet as a rustle. "What if it's scary in there? What if you fall? What if it doesn't work?" Moklik curled into a small ball on her shoulder. Luna froze. She wanted so badly to step back, but something inside her asked her to at least try. "I heard ghosts live in there, and they steal socks," Flin joked, though his voice trembled a little. "That's not logical," Tim said quietly. "But the stairs are old. We need to be careful." Luna took a deep breath. The fear hadn't gone anywhere. It sat in her chest, warm and prickly. "I'm scared," she admitted honestly, "but I want to try. One step." She pushed the doors, and they slowly opened. From inside came a wave of cool air and silence, deep as a well. "We're with you," said Tim. "Right behind you," added Flin. Inside the tower, it was dark and astonishingly quiet. Footsteps left no echo. The sound seemed to melt away the moment it was born. Tall, narrow windows let in only thin strips of silver light, and because of it, the shadows seemed thicker. The further Luna went, the more her heart squeezed. "It's like someone took away all the sounds," Tim whispered. Flin said nothing, and for him, that was the strangest thing of all. Moklik trembled, and his amber glow barely flickered. Luna felt the darkness answering her fear, growing a little denser with every careful step. Suddenly, shadows stirred on the walls. They weren't frightening monsters, more like blurry outlines of the things Luna feared. Falling, making a mistake, being left alone. The shadows swayed softly as if asking, "Are you sure?" "I want to go back," burst out of Luna, and her voice trembled. The darkness thickened at once, and the stairs ahead almost vanished. "Luna," Tim said gently, "remember, it shows your fear, so it's only fear." Luna clenched her fists. She understood. If she ran now, the tower would stay quiet, and so would she. Luna closed her eyes and took one small step forward. "I'm here," she said quietly, but out loud. "I'm scared, and I'm going anyway." And a wonder happened. On the stair where she had stepped, a tiny golden light flickered to life, not bright, but warm. The darkness drew back a little. "Did you see that?" Flin breathed. "It lit up." Luna smiled through her fear. Now she understood. The tower hadn't been waiting for someone who feared nothing. It had been waiting for someone who is afraid and takes a step in spite of it. "Then I'll try too," said Tim, though his palms were sweating. He stepped onto a stair and added quietly, "I'm scared as well." A second light glowed beneath his foot. Flin drew in a breath. "All right, I won't fall behind." And instead of a joke, he said honestly, "Actually, I'm afraid of the dark." A third light flared up, and so, step by step, they climbed the spiral stairs. Every honest word about their fear added more light, and the quiet tower slowly stopped being entirely dark. But suddenly the stairs broke off. Ahead gaped a dark gap, a break beyond which the steps were lost. No lights glowed here, and the silence pressed down again, heavy and cold. "I can't jump across," Luna whispered, and the old fear came rushing back all at once. "What if I fall?" Mowklick squeaked softly. Flin wanted to joke, but couldn't. Silently, Tim took Luna by one hand and Flin by the other. "Together," said Tim. Luna stared into the darkness and felt her knees tremble. The hardest step was still ahead. Luna didn't pretend she wasn't afraid. "I'm very scared," she said loudly, and her voice rang through the tower for the first time in many years. "But I trust you, and I'm going." She took a step into the darkness, and her foot found an invisible stair that hadn't seemed to be there before. Beneath them, the brightest light of all flared up, and the dark gap glowed like a golden bridge. "It appeared when you told the truth?" Tim said softly. Luna nodded. Courage hadn't chased the fear away. It had simply walked beside the fear, holding it by the hand. At the top, in a small round room, stood the seventh flame, barely alive, pale like a last spark. The three friends came up to it together. "What do we do?" Flin whispered. "The same thing we've been doing." Luna smiled. "Be honest." They cupped their hands around the flame, and each of them quietly said what they feared most. The spark shivered, gathered its strength, and suddenly blazed up with warm, golden light. The whole quiet tower came alive. The windows shone, the shadows melted away, and the silence became not empty, but gentle, like comfort. When they came back down, Miss Solveyg was waiting by the doors. Now the tower glowed softly from within, with a warm, amber light. "You didn't just light a flame?" she said. "You saw what courage really is." Luna nodded, stroking Mowklick, who had settled cozily on her shoulder again. "I used to think brave people are the ones who aren't afraid," she said quietly. "But really, courage is when you're scared, and you still take one small step, and not alone." Ms. Solveyg smiled. "Exactly. The quiet tower won't be silent anymore, because now it knows your voice."